the blockchain because I didn't have the opportunity to do that at the first stage. So without much further ado, let's get started. Let me just share my screen. 1 minute. Let me share my screen with you guys. One minute, 1 minute. Okay, I hope my screen is now visible to everybody. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, it's visible.
Sorry.
Your screen has gone up.
Okay, so is everybody seeing my screen right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's start now. Firstly, my name is Gipsy Coin, and I'm the Ethereum Nigeria Port Harcourt lead. So today we'll be having like a 1 hour section, and I will cut straight to the points. So today I'll be talking about um, introduction to Web3, cryptocurrency, and advantage and use case of the blockchain. So let's get started. Now, what is Web3? I know this thing must have it must sound new to some people. Understand? So some people like, okay, what is Web3? So Web3 simply refers to the third generation of the internet, which focus on peer-to-peer interaction. So we move from Web 1 to Web 2, and now we're in Web 3. So Web 3, there's a term we call the internet for the people, by the people, which simply also is intention of your data that is being given to the internet. Now, I know when you who use Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, you must have come across something funny of recent. Since last week, people have been saying about it. If you are into the tech, or if you have been paying attention, you must have also experienced this. Now you get a situation whereby you go on Google to search for something. Now when you search for, or let's say something like blue lens glasses or a PC, or even probably a phone, a brand of phone, you search for like a Redmi Note 11, Note 12, Note 13. Now, there's this funny thing that happens now. Now, when you search for that thing on Google, with your Google account, like you go on Chrome, where your Google account is being signed in, you search there. Now, when you open your Instagram, there'll be ads popping up. You search on Instagram. It's either they bring sponsor posts, or they will now start bringing pages. They will now start bringing pages that talks about what you just search for. And this thing can be quite, and what this simply means that some intrusion of your data isn't actually private. Your data is being given to the company, your data. So that's why it not gave birth to one of the reasons why Web3 was born. But the major reason why Web3 was birth was because of smart contracts. The internet.
Yeah, I think Mr. Gift is having a little network glitch. While we wait for that to resolve, and so that he will take us on this exciting journey of Web3. I'll still reiterate that for submitting assignments, please, once you're on the Google Classroom, please, at the top right corner, you'll see, at the top right corner, you see a pop-up that says, create/add, right? So once you click on that, you have the option to either submit your URL for your Google document, or you can upload your PDF formats to submit your assignment. Because why I'm iterating this is because we noticed that some people made submissions, but their submissions were completely blank. There was nothing there. So please, also, if you have challenges, we are always active on the Telegram group. So anytime you have challenges, always drop your query or your request in the Telegram platform, and we will attend to you immediately. So while we're waiting for our facilitator to come back, I also want to ask if anybody has any question, not about what he's taking us on right now. He'll be back to do justice to that. But if you have any questions concerning maybe the first class or any other general questions, please, you can just raise your hand. Okay. Or you can also drop it in the chat. Mr. Tolu Walisi, I hope I pronounced that. Your hand is up, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tolu Alashe, thank you. Yeah, so thank you very much for this opportunity. And my question is actually based on blockchain. So the last class we had, we actually discussed in terms of Bitcoin blockchain and Ethereum blockchain. So I want to know something. I want to be very clear about something. If a cryptocurrency comes out now, the blockchain technology that is going to be working on, is it going to be its own personal blockchain, or there's a maybe like a central blockchain that everybody is using? I seem confused there, because we got to a point in the class we said that the first transaction is called the genesis. So is it that to every transaction, or is it that to every cryptocurrency there is a genesis for each and every one of them, or there's a universal blockchain that every cryptocurrency is using? Please, do you get my question?
Okay. Yeah, I got your question. Thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, every cryptocurrency must not use its own blockchain. Now, they are on the blockchain, they are what they call native coins, like the native cryptocurrency of that blockchain. For the Bitcoin blockchain, of course, we have Bitcoin. For the Ethereum blockchain, of course, we have Ether, which we all use. Then there are also other subsequent blockchain and layer 2 solutions that also have their native coin. Like, for instance, Polygon is a layer 2 solution on Ethereum, but the native coin for Polygon is Matic. So you yourself, you can also, of course, create your own cryptocurrency and choose any blockchain you'd want to deploy it on. So you don't need to actually build a blockchain before you can now create a cryptocurrency. As a matter of fact, in the course of this bootcamp, we are going to dive more into that topic. But just for clarity, you don't need to actually come up with your own blockchain to have a cryptocurrency. If you want to, of course, you can. Then you can have your native cryptocurrency. But setting up a blockchain, and the blockchain is a bit complex task. It requires expertise and a lot of funds. But you can do that and also have your native cryptocurrency. So, but generally, that's where the idea of smart contracts comes in. That's why Ethereum, Ethereum made it possible for you to actually build on the blockchain. When Bitcoin came up, it came up with financial solutions, solving financial transactions and all of that. But Ethereum expanded on that so that you can actually build on the blockchain. So as we explore more into the bootcamp, we are going to deal with all of these topics. And of course, we'll have better understanding and we'll have hands-on practical on that. I hope I answered your question. Emmy,
Thank you
please
very
go
much, sir.
ahead. All right. Emmy, you can go ahead.
Good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I just wanted to be clear because somebody told me something one time, so I just want to get clarification on that. So the person said that Ethereum is an ecosystem because it has a lot, apart from the different layers, it has, should I say, different cryptocurrencies on it, but Bitcoin is not an ecosystem because it has only Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency on it, that it is only a blockchain. So I wanted to get clarification on that.
Okay, Emmy, when you refer to ecosystem, it depends on the context, right? So when you're talking about ecosystem, yeah, we have the general blockchain ecosystem where we are talking about Web3 and all of that. Then Ethereum is also an ecosystem on its own with its community. Bitcoin also is an ecosystem on its own with its community. So generally, you yourself or we as members of this class, we can decide to come up with our own ecosystem, right? So it's generally the consensus of the community that makes up the ecosystem. So when you say ecosystem, I think it depends on the context of what you guys were discussing, because generally the ecosystem just refers to the community of users and builders around that blockchain.
All
I
right,
hope I
thank
answered your question. Thank you very much. Better, your hand is up. Yeah, better, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Please, I have a question. My question is, during the last class, the facilitator made mention of that there's difference between Bitcoin with capital B and capital C, and the Bitcoin with small b and small c. Please, I would like you to throw more light on it, but though he explained it, but I didn't really get the clear explanation of it, please.
When you mentioned the capital B and the small b, so basically when you are referring to Bitcoin with the capital B, you are talking about the Bitcoin blockchain, not the coin, not the cryptocurrency, not the native token of the Bitcoin blockchain, which of course is Bitcoin with the small b. So the small b Bitcoin refers to the native token of the Bitcoin blockchain, while the capital B refers to the Bitcoin blockchain itself, right? I hope I answered that question.
So the one that's in the cryptocurrency, the one that said the Bitcoin is 30,000, Bitcoin is 20,000. Is it the capital B or the small b?
It's the native token, the small b.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So
Hey, hello, sir.
somebody saying something.
Yes. Okay, so technically, what you're saying is that blockchain is synonymous to Bitcoin. That is the capital B.
No. Blockchain is a general term for a consensus of computers, connections of nodes. So Bitcoin on itself, it's a blockchain. It's a different blockchain. We have other blockchains. We have Solana blockchain. We have Ethereum blockchain. So, but in this context, what she was asking was the difference between the because if you read some articles online, you notice that sometimes they refer to Bitcoin with a capital B, and sometimes they use it as a small b. So I was just explaining to her that when you see the one with the capital B, it refers to the blockchain. It's not the cryptocurrency. They are talking about the blockchain and Bitcoin as a blockchain. So when you see the small b, they are talking about Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency. So that's the major difference between those two. That's what I was just trying to explain just a few minutes ago.
Thank you. Okay, so does that mean that Ethereum, Solana, and the rest also have a different name for the blockchain and the native wallet?
Yes, of course. Ethereum blockchain, the native token on Ethereum blockchain is Ether, which we commonly refer to as Ethereum. Then if you go on Solana, the native token rather, sorry, the native token is Sol, right? So every blockchain normally has its own native token to facilitate transactions, especially Ethereum and Solana, where you can actually build on them, So for you to actually deploy or whatever you build on the blockchain, you pay for it, like there's what they call gas, and we'll look at that subsequently. So basically, every blockchain has its own native token, which is used to facilitate transactions, right? But they make it also possible, apart from Bitcoin does not allow for the utilization of smart contracts. So apart from Bitcoin, other blockchains like Ethereum and Solana that allows for the utilization of smart contracts, you can actually build your own cryptocurrency on these blockchains. But when you want to deploy it, you have to pay for it in the blockchain's native token, which is either Ether or Sol in the case of Solana. Mr. Nicholas, I'll take just one more question and we'll then help the Mr. Nicholas, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, did you just call it native token?
Good evening, please go ahead.
Sorry, is Bitcoin a native token?
Okay, sir. I want to ask you a question because the last time, Sir Gift talked about blockchain. There is blockchain 1.0, blockchain 2.0, and blockchain 3.0. So I want to know whether the blockchain is 1.0, blockchain 2.0 is the same thing with blockchain layer 1, blockchain layer 2, and blockchain layer 3. I just want to understand whether they have the same, because based on the definition, it relates. So I want to know whether it is different or the same thing. Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, sir.
I think we've lost him. Network, probably
Wow.
network. Smart contracts.
So all our teachers are gone. Only the students.
Probably his internet issue.
Wow. This is serious.
Or does anyone know about the answer to the question that you can actually help us with?
He tried
Can
explaining it on the he tried to explain it on the note, on that note he dropped, on that article
okay,
he dropped, but it's still a bit confusing. So that's why I
so
want to ask to hear from him to know exactly what the descriptions are.
yeah, I understand.
Wow.
Hello. Okay, so concerning the question you asked, I'm not disputing. I don't think you like clearly heard what the tutor explained, though. But my little knowledge, there is no blockchain 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. What we have is web. I think what the person was explaining is there's web 1.0, there's web 2, and there's web 3. But when you come to blockchain, there is no blockchain 1.0, 1.2, 2.0, 3.0. So it's under Web 3 that we have blockchain. So I think if you heard correctly, it is Web 1.0, Web 2.0, and then Web 3.0. Under Web
No,
3,
no.
we have
Yeah.
blockchain.
Hello, guys. Good evening.
Ladies, do you agree to that?
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening. Yeah. He. You just answered rightly. The internet has phases. So we have the Web 1, that's read only. Then you have the Web 2, read write, and then you have the interactive, the Web 3. So the Web 3 right now, that's where the blockchain comes in. When you say blockchain 1, blockchain 2, no, don't use the word blockchain 1. So it's Web 1, Web 2, and then Web 3 is, when you say Web 3, you're looking at decentralized web. So now when it comes to blockchain, it is in layers. You have layer 0, you have layer 1, you have layer 2. So if you're familiar, if you're current now, you'll be hearing layer 2. Kind of all blockchain are kind of scaling up. For Ethereum, you're looking at, there's a technology called the zero knowledge, and this is one of the newest technology right now, where
Hello, Enoch.
can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, sorry to
Yeah, I
cut
think you
you,
are breaking to some
but
extent.
there are different concepts entirely. There is blockchain 1, 2, and 3, according to the editions and growth of blockchain.
Okay.
As
Okay.
people are getting, as the technology is evolving and there is more research and people are building on the blockchain, so there is growth. And so there is blockchain 1 at the time of cryptocurrency. There's blockchain 2 at the time that smart chain was introduced, which is the Ethereum smart
Okay.
chain.
Yeah. Yes,
And
I
then
agree
there
with
is
you.
blockchain 3, which is where the web 3 comes in. Do you
I
understand?
agree.
So they are on different stages and levels. So the web
So
1, web 2, web 3 is different. That's the web, the read only, the web 2, the read and write, and then the web 3, the read, write, and then ownership. You understand? And so we have the blockchain 1, 2, and 3 also. Thank you.
Aaron, I'm not what you just said. We're not conflicting with. I'm not conflicting with what you just said. When it comes to blockchain, yes, we all have different phases. They all grow. You asked a question about Bitcoin. You asked a question about, so Bitcoin is a use case in the blockchain space. So just as you have the Ethereum is like kind of upgrades. Now you can interact with the blockchain ecosystems. Um, you asked something about, I'm just trying to see if there was a question about the layer 1, the layer 2. right?
Yeah, the question
Yes,
with
yes, that's
me
that's
on my end,
exactly my question. My question is
So
the
asking if
blockchain
Bitcoin
one,
layer one,
the blockchain one, the blockchain two, the blockchain three, and
I think he has been
layer
asking
one,
if
layer two, and layer three, and layer zero, are they the same thing, or are they just layers on blockchain? That's what I want to know.
please come
yeah,
again with the
Please,
layers.
question.
Okay.
while one person is speaking, please, can we mute so that we can hear him clearly? All right, just to add to, I just heard that question. So now layer one blockchain is the native blockchain, right? So it came with some challenges. Came with the challenge of scalability, and of course that resulted in high gas fees. So we had layer two solutions that were built on top of the layer one blockchain. The layer two solution generally was to address the problem of scalability, cheaper gas fees, and all of that. That's why you see a blockchain like Ethereum has so many layer two solutions built on it just to the in like for instance Polygon actually has lower gas fees, right, compared to if for instance you build a project. All of these, like I mentioned, it's part of our package for the bootcamp, and when we get there everything will be unveiled. But basically how it works is that they were trying to reduce the amount of gas fees for transactions, and also increase the speed of transaction. Because remember, anything you deploy on the blockchain, it has to be confirmed by various nodes, right? So this takes time, I think, but there's always maximum time. I think Bitcoin is about 15 minutes. I think Ethereum is about 7 minutes, but the layer two solutions, like for instance, Gnosis chain, and Polygon, they try to make it faster. They try to make it, try to reduce the gas fees. So basically, all of these are all improvements to the layer one, and all of them are also dependent on the layer one. It's just that these other layers, they are actually protocols that were innovated or innovative protocols that are aimed to actually solve some of the problems of the layer one solution, like the scalability problem, the speed problem, the high gas fees, and all of that. But basically, we are going to explore all of this as we continue on the bootcamp. That's why it's very important to attend classes, and we'll discuss all of this. Let's not get ahead of our time. Today, we are here to discuss Web3. And hopefully, I think, let me check if our facilitator is back. I have answered that question, Mr. Nicola.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So in addition to what we just gotten, examples of layer one, you can do research of layer one blockchains. Bitcoin is on its own, Ethereum is on its own. You have Algorand, you have Cardano, you have Hedera. So when we have the challenge of gas fees, and then that brought about scaling up each blockchain. Like Ficon too, there's stuff they're doing on their own path, Ethereum. So if you look at some of those platforms that has come up, like Stacknet. At least we're familiar with Stacknet. Maybe if you're familiar with, you've heard of Polygon, right? Have you heard of
Yes,
any
sir.
of them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are blockchain that are sitting on Ethereum. So it's a layer two stuff. Optimistics too is like springing up now. It's what is right now solving. You can build on it on a less gas fee, and then have so many things. Initially, when Ethereum was there was this challenge of how do you deploy on the main when the gas is so expensive and stuff like that. So it was really, but things are just coming, things are just improving. Let me just hold on. I don't know if Gift is online, and
He is not. You can continue, please.
okay. So the layer two basically.
Sorry, I have a question for you too. You mentioned gas fee. Can you please explain what that means? Thank you.
Okay. Building on the blockchain. Building on a blockchain, there's a fee that is needed for every for a transaction to be concluded. So it's like these are like smart contract that is already reading. I've built my dApps. I have a dApp that I've built, beautiful app, decentralized application, and I want to push it to the main net on the Ethereum ecosystem. There's a fee I need to pay for it to go there. It's simply like you buying a domain, you're building your website. I'm looking at the centralized world now, building a website locally in your machine, and you want to like upload it, as in you want to like push it. You must have to buy domain, you must have to buy hosting, and you must have to be paying this annually or monthly, depend for it. So on the blockchain space, all those transactions, we call it gas. So I can say a gas fee refers to like is required to conduct transaction or like to execute a contract on the Ethereum network, basically. So then when Ethereum started, it was the in thing, but it was quite expensive. Like you can pay like 200,000 to deploy your applications. If you convert it to Ether. I mean, if you convert it to fiat, as in the equivalent, So, but guys want to like, we're looking at something lesser. So these were part of the challenges, but still it does not stop because amazing products are being pushed to the Ethereum network. So it is compensating for the compute. Now the gas fees compensates for the computing power because as we learned the other time, there is a whole lot working behind. We have the computing power, which takes a lot. So this money that's been gotten from different developers, different, settle those things behind to keep the network running. So you can call it the GW. I don't know, maybe you might have seen the word GWAI, the GWAI. That's like it's a small fraction of Ether. Ethereum currency is Ether. I give one ETH. And one ETH now. How much is one ETH? Are you familiar with the price now? Is anybody familiar with the price of Ethereum right now? Can you hear me?
About
I hope I'm not.
2,100 and something dollars.
Okay, so that's for one ETH. So these gases are measured in it's in GWAI. That is a fraction of it. So it all depends. So, but with this current like optimistic right now, the other time Coinbase had a workshop and they showed us the application and in fact I was able to like send some money to the next person with as little as some cents. I was able to like send $10 to the next guy, and then I was able to like pay a little cent, which really makes sense. Initially, it's quite high on Ethereum. Let's assume you're sending me one ETH or some money, I'll pay huge. So if let's assume you're sending a small amount or a big amount, you're going to pay, So, but with all this new update, it has really helped in reducing and encouraging the ecosystem as well. So even when we started the community, one of those things that slowed us down was gas, because how will it take us to like train, mentor developers, and guys are not able to like use it because of the expense. So these are one of those challenges that we also have as a community. But right now, with the new innovation, scaling to zero technology, you get to know about this if you happen to join the further bootcamp. You get to explore all those things, and it's really, really interesting, guys. I'm holding on here. Please, over to you, sir. Tete.
Okay, and just to add to that, when we talk about gas fees, smart contracts are actually made up of functions. These are codes, lines of codes, and each of these functions actually does something on the blockchain. It either reads from the blockchain or it writes to the blockchain. And when we say blockchain, let's use Ethereum for instance. Ethereum is one big virtual machine. They call it the Ethereum virtual machine. So basically, when you write a smart contract that has many functions, each of those functions actually, when you are interacting with the blockchain, each of those functions cause gas. So this gas is for you to get this, you make a call to the blockchain, especially if it is a write, like you're writing to the blockchain. Most times when you are reading from the blockchain, it doesn't cause gas. For instance, you want to get the balance of a wallet address, you want to get the name of a cryptocurrency. Those are read operations. So normally they don't cause gas. But if you're writing to the blockchain, like you want to make a transfer of some cryptocurrency from one wallet to another, it's going to change the state of the blockchain. So you're writing to the blockchain. So when you're doing that, for this your transaction to be mined on the blockchain, by mining means it has to be added to the block in the blockchain. So you pay the miner. The miner in this case, you are still going back to the nodes, right? So you pay the miner to actually facilitate this transaction and mine it on the blockchain. And of course, it's a little bit complex. It's a little bit complex operation, which we'll talk about hopefully next week. Definitely, we are discussing that next week. So once the miner actually mines your transaction, gets the right nouns and broadcasts to the rest of the node of the blockchain, and this transaction is being confirmed by maybe 15 to 20 other members of the blockchain. It is then added to the block. So that process of mining this, mining this transaction, the call you are making to the blockchain, that process you have to pay gas for it because you are calling a function in the smart contract. So once you call that function in the smart contract, you have to pay gas for it, and this gas is a reward for the miner that actually mines this. There's what they call a nonce. It's difficult. That's when we're talking about proof of work, right? So it's generally to solve a complex mathematical problem. So the first node to actually come up with the solution actually gets this reward. So gas fees are just fees you pay for interacting with the blockchain. You want to send money to someone, you want to actually, sometimes it's not just about sending money to someone. Sometimes it could be like, for instance, if you have a voting system and you want to vote. So voting on the blockchain actually will cause gas because you are going to call a function that is going to change the state of the blockchain. So once that happens, for that transaction to go through, to be mined on the blockchain, you have to actually pay gas for it. We'll look at all of these and explore more about this in the coming week. And finally, we have our facilitator back here. So Mr. Gift, please, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Okay, Jen, everyone. I'm terribly sorry for. I think I don't know what's wrong with my network. It just keeps cutting me off, but I'm back now. So, I have to run this class in the next 30 minutes. So, every student will drop these class materials just after this lecture, and what I will do is that I will be very, very active for you guys this night to answer all your questions. So, if you have any question, once you go through the material from now till tomorrow, because tomorrow we also have a class tomorrow by 11 a.m. So I will gladly answer every question you guys have. So I will just have to rush this right now. So let me just share my screen right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So okay. So after Web3, I've defined Web3, and I've also made it clear to everyone that the Web3 was built on the blockchain technology. So that's why it makes it to be trustless and transparent transaction and data storage. So everything about the Web3 doesn't, I would have loved to start comparing the difference between Web2 and Web3, but now the concept of Web3 actually originated with the launch of Bitcoin in 2009. So as it was in, it has introduced the potential for decentralized finance. So when after Bitcoin was launched, many people were like, okay, since Bitcoin has launched, we having a currency that that um that is decentralized, that does not have any central authority. Why then can't we have a network, a web internet that also don't uses a central authority? Because the Web2 now has a central authority, have one big server. If you ever gone to like a big company, you see a server room, something like that. We are on before now, and also now you also most servers are being class servers, and they have one central authority. So, but what the Web3 has is a decentralized authority, meaning not only one person controls it; it's controlled by different people. So now, over the years, the internet has evolved from where it started to where it is right now. So there's a man named Tim Berners-Lee. He's a British scientist. So he invented the World Wide Web in 1989 while working at CERN. CERN is a big tech company. So the web was originally conceived and developed to meet the demand for automated information sharing between scientists in university and institutes around the world. So when the internet was built, it was actually built to be like a public something. So it was just but majorly built to be like a medium to share information. Get to like to share information between 2-3 persons. So that was the reason for the Web 1. It was like a starting type of this thing. So the web has moved from Web 1 to Web 2, and now we are also in Web 3. So we are concurrently working on the Web 2 and the Web 3 basis. So but I would like to make something clear right now. The Web 3 works hand in hand with the blockchain. You cannot say your internet is a Web 3, you're using a Web3 internet if it doesn't run on the blockchain. No. So far as it runs on the blockchain, it's a Web 3. But Web 3 is basically the apps. These are apps that are not centralized, and they need blockchain to work. So now the Web 1 is the first phase of the internet. It was mainly about providing everyday consumer with online content and information. I personally didn't meet the Web 1, so sorry about that. So as consumer could only read information and content online, and yet you cannot interact with it. So Web 1 was incredibly static. Now take it for instance something like this. Now you go on a website, let's say blogs. Before now, you can only just go to blogs and read. You cannot comment, you cannot ask questions, just read, just like it's like a book. What you can only do there is just to read. You read what other people publish. But then but then when Web2 came, it changed the narrative. So when you think about Web1, you think about the Internet Explorer, Yahoo. You must have heard of Yahoo, Netscape. So while Web1 was read only, the companies we associate with Web1 we are built on open protocols, meaning pretty much as anybody or organization could build on the internet, and they know they are subject to same rules as the next person or organization. Now let's talk about Web2. This Web2 actually started from the 2001, the year 2001 to, let's say, Web2 is actually running till now, because we still have people who are using the Web2. So the Web2 is the version of internet most of us know and use today. While Web1 was static and we read only, right? Web2 is read and write, meaning you can read, you can write, and it's interactive. So under Web2, the internet became more usable. Web2 was dynamic and users could consume and interact with and create content on the internet for self. Now almost everybody has a Facebook account, you have a TikTok account, you have an Instagram account, you have a Twitter account. These are just like basic Web2 stuff. You can go there, you can create content, you can read content, you can publish content, you can interact with content. That is Web2 for you. So along the way, the internet became largely dominated by four behemoths we all know today as Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and Google. So these four giants, these are big companies, and what they do is they have the highest number of users on their platform. So Web3 also saw an explosion in the use of smartphone. Most of internet use was through mobile apps and hardware built by this company. WhatsApp is under Meta, Facebook under Meta, Twitter is on its own, Instagram. There was a time Meta was actually trying to acquire Snapchat. So you can see like there's this monopoly in the Web2. So, and the Web2 doesn't actually reward its users. I forgot to add that. So, sorry, the Web2 doesn't actually reward its users. What is just like, it's actually feed on users. You only go there, you read, and you don't get paid for it. Understand? So, why this meant that more people could participate in the internet, it also means the internet was becoming increasingly controlled by this digital platform. Example, today we all know that Apple can take a 30% cut on all paid app download and in-app purchases. So they control basically what happens in that platform, giving users less privacy, security, and control of their information online. They can I told you guys that they can basically sell your data to company, to people, and they do use your data for what they feel like and what they want to do, because you use their platform, you sign up, you read the terms and conditions. Some people don't read the terms and conditions. You only go click to agree, you click on agree. You don't actually go through what is going on. Even so, I know I'm very certain that some people don't even know that your phone is being tracked. There are some apps tracking your app, some phone, right? Your phones right now, like getting information about what you do, your details. So that's that for Web2. So in Web3 now, which is the now. So, oh, sorry. You know, the version of Web2 is the version that the internet, which most of us know and use today. Sorry, Web3, sorry. So, I'm sorry about that, I made a mistake. So, let's talk about the features of Web3. Number one, it is centralized, which is built on the blockchain. It doesn't have a central authority controlling it. You have control over your information, your data, your everything that goes on the internet. Number two is open. hence making it trustworthy. So because it's open, you see what happens and how things go on the Web3. And the third thing is permission. It is permissionless. I'm sorry, I just have to rush this because we are way gone beyond our time. So all the bootcamp students, please, I will drop these materials on the classroom. Please go through it, and tomorrow you can ask a question. You can start asking your question this night. So I'm terribly sorry. My internet dealt with me today. Now let's talk about cryptocurrency. So you cannot actually define cryptocurrency if you don't do this. You don't divide these two, which is crypto and currencies. So number one, we define crypto. Say crypto is a short form for cryptography, which refer to the practice of securing communications and data through the use of what? Encryption techniques. So this is why we can boldly say that cryptocurrency is what? Safe and secure. Now, currency refers to any legal tender that is acceptable as a form or a medium for exchange of goods and services, which is basically money. So currency is money. Everybody uses money. But the thing is that every currency is tied to what? Its own particular location, meaning that you cannot use the US dollar in London, you cannot use the pound sterling in Germany, you cannot use the Japanese yen in Korea, stuff like that. You cannot use the Australian dollar in Canada. Though they use dollar, but you cannot use their own dollar. They vary. So this is like this currency, they are physical, meaning they are only tied. You only use them physically, except for the transfer. Now you now have the digital ones now, but money basically is physical. Now, cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency. Take note, cryptocurrency is what? Is digital or virtual form of what? Currency that uses what? Cryptography. That uses cryptography for what? For secure financial transaction. It controls the creation of additional units and verify transfer of what? Assets. In short form, cryptocurrency is what? Digital money. Example, we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have Solana, we have Polkadot, we have Injective, we have Ripple, we have Filecoin, we have Arbitron, we have name it. These are like different than this thing. So crypto is what? A digital currency that can be used for exchange of goods and what? Services. Now crypto started in the year 2009 by a man named Satoshi Nakamoto. Crypto started in the year 2009 by a man named what? Satoshi Nakamoto. So he was the one who created the idea of what? So he was the one who created the idea of cryptocurrency and everything about it. So after cryptocurrency came about, so like people wanted to know, okay, let's get more about cryptocurrency. Like, want to know what this is all about. Like, want to see what we can do with this. So that and led something that happened in what we call the creation of what? Creation of Ethereum. So Ethereum came about when a man named Vitalik Buterin proposed an idea that I spoke about yesterday. I said the version of the blockchain. This is blockchain 2.0 that came with the apps and smart contracts. It was proposed by Vitalik Buterin. Now let's talk about the features of cryptocurrency. Number one feature of the cryptocurrency is what? It is digital. Now, it is digital, meaning that you cannot have any crypto in the physical form. Even if you just came and you give to me a coin, say this is a Bitcoin, I will never ever accept it. And you should never do that too, because we are having crazy stories about people using as physical Bitcoin. There's not like a physical Bitcoin. What we just have is like a representation of this stuff. So number two feature of a cryptocurrency is that they are trusted. Now, they are secure because it uses what? Cryptography. They are secure because it uses cryptography. And I say cryptography is a form of encryption. It's an encryption technique, making your communication what? Safer. Now, the third feature about cryptocurrency is that they are trusted because it runs on the blockchain. And number fourth is that they are accessible. Now, if you want to go to London or you want to go to America, you want to go to Dubai, you want to move out of Nigeria, you cannot use the naira outside Nigeria. You can only use the naira inside Nigeria. Yeah, you get. So every country has their own legal tender, their own legal money. So the US use the US dollar. The British or London use the pound sterling. Germany uses euros. Chinese uses okay. So now, if I want to go to America, for instance, now I will have to like go to the Central Bank of Nigeria, or I'll go to any black market man, their booking man, what people probably call that the bureau de change. So when we get there, we like, okay, I want to convert this so amount of money of naira to dollar. They will not tell that this is the rates we are selling, this is the rate we are buying. So for this case now, I have to sell my naira to buy dollar. So I'll buy the dollar, and the current rate as of today for a dollar to naira is 8,200. So if I'm to change 1 million naira, so I will get over $1,000. Yes, $1,000. That's what I will get. Now, when I get that now, if I get to the America, I cannot use my dollar and spend it. But if I did not change my naira to dollar, when I go to America, I will not be able to use that money because it's not legally accepted. The same thing apply to the Americans coming to Nigeria. But with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency now, you can be virtually anywhere in the world. You can be in Mexico and send money to someone in Russia. You can be in New Zealand and send money to someone in Lithuania. You can be in Nigeria and send money to South Africa, Kenya, Egypt, because it's Bitcoin, it's cryptocurrency, it's virtual, and it's acceptable. So there is no boundary, there's no limit. And it works so far as you have a Bitcoin wallet, in fact, first you have a wallet, a crypto wallet, you can use it. And I forget, I would have put up the heat map of the approved countries that approve the use of cryptocurrency. So Nigeria, we are basically working on, you can use it, but the bank will not, there's a bank ban on it, there's a restriction on the bank on it. So that's why it was acceptable. There's no limitation to it. Now, the fifth thing is that it is decentralized. You get now you on the first day I told you guys something about when you want to use when you want to transfer money to somebody. When I say how the Bitcoin works, how the transaction on Bitcoin or the blockchain works. So if I want to transfer money now to somebody now, let's say UBA to UBA. I will go to UBA before the invention of transfers and USSD. You have to walk to the bank branch, you fill a form, you will sign. This process is very taxing, man. Is It can make you to be very mental. You can go to the bank as early as 6 a.m. and you'll not be back till 3, 4 a.m. because the process is very tedious and you have network congestion and stuff and thereabout. So, but now when your turn now gets in the bank now, you fill the form. The the um the bank manager or the teller, the cashier will just pull up your details on their system and say, okay, you have so and so amount of money. They'll now like debit you um to credit the other person, the person who you are sending to. Now this whole 10 hours of stress, this whole time you spend there, it can be cut short down to seconds, minutes. I told you guys I sent dollar to somebody on Wednesday. It just took about 5 minutes because it is TRC20 network. There was actually congestion, but it took less than 5 minutes for it to arrive. And it wasn't like from my wallet to wallet, it was just like I'm using an app, I'm using another platform to send money to another platform. So it just took about 4 minutes. So, but with Bitcoin, is fast, is reliable, and it's accessible. And you all know that the bank doesn't work once it's past 5 p.m. Bank doesn't work on the Bitcoin. It doesn't work on the weekend. But with Bitcoin, it works 247. That is 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, all year round, 365 days. There's no stopping. Bitcoin doesn't wait for anybody. It doesn't stop. So now, the creation of the Ethereum is, we define Ethereum as what? A decentralized blockchain with smart contract functionality and layer one. So I know layer one you must have been hearing layer one for the first time. Layer one blockchain is like the bedrock blockchain. It is that type of blockchain that other things can be built on. So layer one is actually the first Ethereum is actually the first layer one blockchain in the world. So it gave room to the birth of what smart contracts and then the apps. So Ethereum uses a proof of work mechanism, mechanism before transition to proof of stake on 15 September 2023, just last year. So now Ether is the native cryptocurrency of the Ethereum blockchain, and it is the second only option to Bitcoin, and is open source software. Now, Ethereum was conceived in 2013 by a programmer named Vitalik Buterin with additional founders such as Gavin Wood, Charles Hoskinski, and Anthony Dilario and Joseph Lubin. So there's a crazy story around Ethereum, but I then time will not allow me to narrate that story. But in 2014, Vitalik Buterin proposed the idea and started working with this thing. Started working on the Ethereum blockchain with these other founders. So they did a crowd fund at the same time, at that same year. So by June 30, 2015, the Ethereum blockchain went live. Now, the advantage and disadvantage of what cryptocurrency. Number one, it is what? Secure. Number two, it is decentralized. Number three, it is what? Accessible. Now, disadvantage of cryptocurrency is that it is volatile. Last year we have a lot of volatility stuff that happened. Aside the normal news, there was a crash of FTX. There was a crash on Luna. There was also the hack on Binance. I see last year there was also a hack on Binance. So stuff like the running bridge hack and things and thereabout. So all these things happened there last year. So that make me 1 minute you can be a very rich man, the next minute you can go dead broke because what? Because it was volatile, and it has a regulatory challenge. Even though the cryptocurrency is not limited to any place and country, but we have an issues with regulation. Now, for instance, in Nigeria, yeah, we all know that your bank cannot have a direct interaction with any crypto company or crypto platform. So, and even till tomorrow, they're seeing this fear of your account being flagged off for crypto activities. Even though they say that there's like you can use cryptocurrency, but Nigeria to Nigeria, like there is this challenge with it that comes with the regulation. And there's this limited acceptance, the third disadvantage, meaning not everybody accepts what accept accept it. So the last now let me round up now. So I did say that we'll talk about the use case of what of blockchain. So number one use case of what of blockchain. Now number one blockchain is a supply chain. Number one. Number two, you can use blockchain in the healthcare sector. Now, somebody like, how would you use this blockchain? We say that the blockchain is what a distributed ledger, meaning they store information in a distributed format. So the information or your information of any patient or any drug or patent can be easily stored and accessible from anywhere in the world. So now on the supply chain now is like connecting the complex network of suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and retailers now. So the blockchain can easily be used to track and trace products as they move through the supply chain, thereby what ensuring transparency and accountability. Now you can easily track your foods you buy from where it came from, the location of the food. You know, some people like that they get this thing, this particular place when we all we all have that. We have some you see some goods you buy, they say this goods is gotten in this area, but at the end it's actually not true. So one of the use cases of the blockchain is that it can help you what to track the validity of such information. Now, the use case of the healthcare is that it can be used what to securely store and share patient data. Meaning, I can have my medical records now stored up in my blockchain wallet. So if peradventure I went to any location in the world, I can just easily pull it up and give to my doctor, say, this is my records, and they can what easily access it. And that will like bring us to like the use case of what the NFTs. Now, another use case of what of the blockchain is that identity management. I would have said the school records, something like that. Now, identity management, example, schools. Now you can easily have your records, your certificates stored up in one place. I remember back then when I was in primary school, there was one time whereby we have a large influx of people coming to my school almost every day. So we get to find out that these people, they didn't take their first schooling certificates. And at that time, the government made it mandatory for everybody working or trying to get a job, even the students. So, and most people now, they cannot find their information because it was long gone and lost. So, but if it was stored on the blockchain, they can easily access information. They can just like put it up and get it. Okay, this is your name. They bring proof of they bring proof that they attended such school. That way we will not have an NFT called the proof of what participation POP. Like proof of attendance. You go to somewhere that say this NFT, take it because you attended such event. You receive an NFT because you did a course, just like a certificate POP. They just give it to you because you did such activity. That's one thing with identity management. It can also be like your passports, your passports and your verification, like they can be used to verify if you are true or correct. And now the other place you can use it in voting. Now, since the blockchain is transparent, and it's open to everybody. So the voting system can be programmed in a way whereby everybody will see each vote where their vote is actually counting, with that not actually exposing the voters. Meaning, I can have like 3 voters now. I can have A, B, C, or D. Then I can come and vote. The votes we count because it's happening different this at the same time. So we all know that it's counting. But when they are checking the records, they will not be able to expose who voted for who, but the number will be there. And there will be like a limit since in fact almost every crypto has a limited number. Or there's what we call the market cap. When we started learning about DeFi, you will understand what I'm trying to say you. You have a market cap, you have a total number of circulation. So since this number has been fixed, there cannot be any manipulation. So if they say this vote is for 100 people, you cannot get 101 people. You cannot even get 100.05 persons. It's not possible. It's for 100 persons and it's 100 persons alone. So blockchain can be applied in the voting system, because you can use it to track and transfer data and information. Now, that's like the 4 basic things. So let me round up with this. We only have like 3 minutes. So let me just say this now. The blockchain and crypto has come to stay. So you will do yourself a lot of bad if blockchain and Bitcoin is there to stay, but you do yourself a lot of bad if you are not actually being prepared for it. In the 2020 bull run, 2021 bull run, 2020 bull run made a lot of millionaires. Most of you must hear the story of Bitcoin and Dogecoin and these other different coins. So Web 2, Web 3. Web 3 is basically on its infant stage. So the best time to start preparing is now. It's never too late. You can start building projects. You can start working for projects. It can also give you the opportunity to explore the world. So it's like I'm just trying to urge every one of you for you to start preparing yourself and start positioning. And this bootcamp can be one of the best ways you can start. So thank you very much. We have a class tomorrow by 11 a.m. All students are expected to turn up their assignment. So with that, I can be able to take a question. So if you have any question now, you can ask. You can raise your hands. Mr. Tete, you can take over now. I'm done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gee, for yet another exciting lecture. I know I learned a lot, and I'm sure a lot of us learned a lot. So we'll just give a few minutes to take questions because of time. So if you have any question, please kindly just raise your hand and you'll be called upon.
Okay, sorry. So there will be assignment actually. I not forget. There will be assignment. So do turn up your assignment, please. Everybody, turn up your assignment. Thank you.
All right, so while we're still waiting for questions, we have one hand raised. Okay, we'll attend to that shortly. I just wanted to reiterate that we should always check our Google Classroom platform because that's where all the questions and resources are always shared. Mr. Tolu Wallace, I can't pronounce your name. Mr. Tolu, please ask your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. Please, the last assignment that was given to us, like, we were seeing some duplicates, like question 6, question 6, question 5, question 5. So I don't know, maybe that was like a typo error. So I just want to like bring that out so that it won't repeat itself. Because when I wanted to answer the question, I was like, what question should I write on it? Is it the answer to question 6A or answer to question 6B? So that actually like got me confused. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry
Thank you.
about that. I just noticed it now. Sorry. The second question is supposed to be question 7. Then we also have the second question 5 is question 8, and the third question 6 is question 9. So that question 7 is question 10. So I'm sorry about that for the repetition.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
It's better, please go ahead. Or I don't know if it's Mr. Better, please go ahead. Your hand is up.
All right, thank you very much. Once more, thank you, Mr. Gifty. Honestly, you are really doing justice to this topic, especially for those of us that came as novice. I really appreciate. Please, I want to ask two questions. One, can I say that something like Trust Wallet is built based on blockchain technology? That's my first one question. And then number two, you talked about use cases of blockchain, yeah, and you talked about the supply chain system. And I listened. I think I heard something like trying to track maybe originality of a particular product, or maybe to track if a particular product came from where people claim it came from, or maybe you can even use it to track. Can we use it to track something like fake drug? Maybe you bought a particular drug. I believe we are all Nigerians. I don't know, but maybe you bought a particular malaria drug and you really want to check, or even the commonest drug that we know, something like paracetamol, and you want to check if this is actually coming from Emzo. Can this particular technology, the blockchain technology, can it be used to track something like that? And like, how can it be done? So my two questions are: one, is what Trust Wallet built based on blockchain system? And two, can this blockchain system or blockchain technology, can it be used to track the originality of a product? These are my two questions. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Number one question is yes. Number two question is yes. Now, number one question is yes because now the in our next class and our next lectures, which is in the smart contract and thereabouts, you discover that you cannot actually access. Oh God, it's true. Now you can actually access. You can actually use this thing if you don't have like a wallet. So now in the blockchain, there's what we call public address and private address. So which is like in the public address is something like the address of your wallet. Then the private sorry, public keys and private keys. The public key is what the public will see. Now the private key is what the inner key is which the owner has control of. So the private key can be like your wallet phrase or password, while the public keys can be your wallet address. So now Trust Wallet is the second most popular wallet in the blockchain, and it's following it follows MetaMask. Well, MetaMask is an EVM compatible wallet. On top now, Trust Wallet is now like moving towards to be EVM compatible, but MetaMask is more compatible than Trust Wallet. So you can like use. I don't think is there. I think there's Trust Wallet also giving the access of people being able to being able to like have add as extension. Like there have been things Trust Wallet have been doing of recent, which is like giving people the ability to add it as an extension on their web browser for people using laptops and computer. So MetaMask is built on the blockchain too, because without a wallet address or like without a private key, you cannot do some things on the blockchain. Now for the supply chain, second question you asked. Now, yes, you can use the blockchain to track such things. Now, I think by God grace, tomorrow we'll be talking about using the wallet, crypto wallets, and we'll also do we'll also explore some transaction. For instance, now we do what we call an on-chain analysis, whereby we can see what is going on the blockchain. So we basically work tomorrow on a Etherscan. Now, Now, now when these drugs, this is how it works now. Now, if these drugs now that is being produced now, it will like the records of these drugs now will not be what uploaded on the blockchain. And you have gone to like to your hospital and they will like scan these QR codes. There are some I don't usually drink drugs, so I don't really pay attention to drugs. But you have some like a number, some serial number across it now. When you use this number, you can like scan this number using if it's on the Ethereum blockchain or the Binance smart contract and this thing. So if you just scan BSC scan or Ether scan, that's like the blockchain explorer of these two blockchains. When you scan them, they will now like open it up and show you, okay, this drugs is produced by GlaxoSmith in London. It was shipped to Nigeria in London on this date, let's say January 1st, 2023. It arrived in Nigeria July 15th, 2023. Like you can see like the the routes and the clause. You can say, okay, it arrived in Nigeria, Lagos port in July 15th, 2023. And I'm in Port Harcourt. Let me say for me, I'm in Port Harcourt now. And it came to Port Harcourt October 23rd, 16 December 2023. So you can like confirm this originality of these drugs, because there's one time, in fact, even till tomorrow, you see on some drugs they scratch this code to confirm the originality of it. So that's the same thing, that's like the same idea it works. Rather than you sending, you can like anybody can put any code on any this thing. Today is scan, but to scan the code. But if it's on the blockchain, it's not open to what, to everybody. You cannot verify who are like the original sender. So it will not give any room. I hope you understand. It will not give any room for anybody like to fake anything, to like be a fake actor or something like that. Nobody can pose to be like to say that they are the original producer. Now, if that drug was made in Aba, you will see it. If it was made in Kaduna, you will see it. If it was made in Chinese, you will see it, because the record was updated. So if basically like if you go to your pharmacist now and you say, give me ibuprofen, and he gave to you and they gave you the ibuprofen, you look for the serial number, you upload the number on the blockchain, and you see that it was produced in Taiwan. That will just simply tell you that that drug was what is fake. So I hope it explained that. So, but I will advise you class, and I will show you an example of what I'm trying to tell you. So, is there any other question before we close the class?
Just to add to what Mr. Gifty said, a trust wallet is a wallet, and a wallet is just your space on the blockchain. Like, it's your connection to the blockchain. You only interact with the blockchain through a wallet address. So the trust wallet is just your connection to the blockchain. It helps you to sign transactions, facilitate transactions, receive coins or other cryptocurrencies and all of that. So it's just a wallet. It's not a blockchain actually. It's just your connection to the blockchain. Then for the second question, which was the tracking, yes, just like Mr. Gift mentioned, on the blockchain, let's say the instance of the drug you mentioned, it's possible that once you get the drug, you can scan it, as he said, and you will know the manufacturer of the drug because it cannot be counterfeited on the blockchain. So once you, for instance, like he mentioned, you scan it and it takes you to the blockchain explorer, because of course all the information will be there from the day it was produced, where it was shipped to, and how it actually got to you. So you can actually verify all of this information on the blockchain. Just to add to that, we take one last question from Mr. Nicholas. Mr. Nicholas, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. My question is, when it comes to Web3, there's something about the collection of data in Web3. For example, here, Sir Gifty talked about Amazon being part of the Web3 era. So I want to know if Amazon, as a Web3 era have Amazon Cloud for the collection of data, storage of data. So I want to know what exactly is the work of a blockchain, as in how did blockchain improved or advanced this collection of data in Amazon, in Web3, in Web2. So if blockchain is a Web3, is in Web3 era, so I want to know if blockchain do the same thing Web2 does, but in an improved way. I just want to understand. Thank you. Hello, sir.
Okay. you asked something about Amazon. Abi, I can't get it clear. Your voice was cracking. So can you rephrase your question again?
Okay, I said in the collection of data in Web 2, Amazon, I believe Amazon has Amazon Cloud that they use in the collection of data. Now in Web 3, there is something, blockchain is in Web 3. So I want to know if blockchain perform the same collection of data, as in work in collecting data the same way Web 2 collects data in clouds. So I want to know whether clouds and blockchain are the same thing, but blockchain is an advanced way of collecting data. So I just want to.
Okay. Now there's also called what cryptography in crypto for the cryptocurrencies. So it's just like Amazon is a Web 2. Is a Web 2 listen. So when you use their platform, they do what we call KYC. Let me use KYC to explain it for you now. You do KYC, know your customer. Yeah, but you have to verify yourself. You upload your identity documents, you upload your proof of address, proof of citizenship, you upload your picture, your name, your biodata, and stuff like that. Now, this information now goes to what? These are records now will now go to their platform, to their servers. It will now be stored and saved. So if they are like looking for any information about you, they can just like easily go to this server, start your name, and to put it up for you. And they'll just put it up for them and they'll get what they're looking for, because you have like basically given them this information. But when it comes to the blockchain, now let's say okay, Binance is a sex. Binance uses KYC. Let's say I want to use, let me use a popular platform. Okay. Do you know that Nike is Nike is a Web 3, so they also provide this thing, so you can use your blockchain to purchase goods. So I want to purchase a Air Jordan on Nike. I'll use my wallet. Now, because I'm using my wallet, I'm not using like my profile. I'm using my wallet to like to purchase these things. Now, what my wallet will only just give at is like, if I have such such value, or if I have the crypto, what the requirement needed to purchase that goods at that moment, without giving my information, like without giving my biodata. They don't need my name, they don't need my address, they don't need my anything. What they just need is that, okay, I can lend my wallet to them, I send this transaction that I'm the one using, I want to buy these things for them. So, but in Amazon now, you want to buy an edge on Amazon, you have to log in, you have to check out. In the process of checking out, you have to put in your card details and stuff and thereabouts. Even before that time, you have to like do some KYC. But in the blockchain, I don't need any KYC. I just need to connect my wallet to it. Now, when I connect my wallet to it, I purchase what I want to purchase. When I want to check out, I will just like authorize it, sign this saying, okay, I'm the one buying it. I will send out the amount I need to send out, pay the gas fee, I'm done. So for Web 2, you have to like do KYC, give her this information to yourself, and they will store this information by giving her the ability to sell it. But in Web 3, I don't need to in tomorrow's class now, you see that I can easily open a MetaMask wallet that was putting my name. I don't need to put my name, I don't need to do anything. It's that simple. It's that simple. But in Web 3, in Web 2, I have to like put my name, do this, do that, verify myself. So KYC is what? Know your customer. Know your customer. K for the know, Y for your, and C customer. It's a verification process whereby the user of a platform have to verify or what, upload their identity. So because you do your KYC, you are giving your information out to Amazon. Amazon can do what they want to do. But since I bought my Air Jordan with my wallet address through Bitcoin, I did not give my address. I can even use my NFT as my profile picture and as my this in PYP. You have like a presentation of me myself. So that's how it works. That's like basically how it works. The blog Web3 cannot sell information because they don't have your information, they don't have your details, they don't know more about you. But Web2 can easily sell your information because they have everything they need to know about you. So are we clear? Do you understand now?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I understand. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do we have any other question?
I'm afraid we can't take any more questions for now because of time. But please, guys, do check in on the Google Classroom. The material will be uploaded for you, and also your assignment will also be uploaded on the Classroom. Thank you very much, guys, for making our time to attend today's lecture. It was interesting for me, and I'm sure it was interesting for a lot of us. So please, this is where we draw the curtain for today. The attendance had been, the link for the attendance was shown. Okay, I'll just drop the link once again. But then thank you guys for making our time to attend today's class. And as we proceed, of course, we promise you it's going to get more interesting with every lecture we have. So please do well to attend the classes. You learn a lot. And also, at the end of this bootcamp, I'm sure every one of us will be able to build and interact with the Ethereum virtual machine, the Ethereum blockchain. So thank you guys, and see you guys tomorrow morning. Our class for tomorrow, of course, will be updated on the Classroom and in the email, so you have a link to the class. But it will be 11 a.m. in the morning. Please take note of the time, 11 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, our facilitator, Mr. Gifty. We appreciate you, and we've learned a lot from you. Thank you very much, and good night, guys.